Okay, so we look like we are good. Excellent. And thank you very much there to Marco. Great as always. I do like that hoodie. I am quite jealous. They do look very comfortable and they look very cool. I do hope you guys are doing quite fine. Hopefully audio is okay. How you doing there, Camera Star? And yo, Mr. Yoba. Yo53000. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing there, Camera Star? Lanza, looking good, my man. Looking good. Okay, so we might get we might get another turn up today. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, as you can see, my actual names. Audio okay? Oh, let me. I don't know. Is it the background audio? Strange, strange. How you doing there, gamer? Good to have you, my man. Okay. Audio's quite low. That's weird. Shouldn't be. See, like on my side here, that's usually where it is, so... hopefully it's okay. Really? That's weird. That's weird. Let me, like, move it closer. How bizarre. Okay. I can't figure out why it would be like that. Oh, damn. That's quite a lot of people there. Wow. Can I turn the sound up? Oh, it's better now. Oh, that's so strange. I don't know why it's been like that. Okay. Okay. Let me see what I can do here. I'm not too sure. OBS is just always a fun one. Always a fun one. That's so bizarre. I'm not too sure what I can do about that. Let me make sure she's using the right microphone. Yeah, she's using the right microphone. That's so weird. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh, the background music's loud. That's so bizarre. I've no idea what's going on here. I don't know why it's like that. I can talk louder if that helps, so do let me know if that's okay. I literally can't make it any louder. That's the thing. Like this is as loud as it goes. I don't know what to do. One does not know what to do. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be alright then. I'll have the microphone very, very close by. If it's too loud, then you dug your own grave. Whoops. Let me move that over there. Okay. Here we go. We're going to get into things then. Hopefully the sound... oh, it's better now? A little bit. I don't know. That's so weird. That's so weird. I could potentially restart the OBS and hope for the best. Bizarre. It's better now. Okay. That's so weird. That's absolutely weird. I don't know why that is like that. I'm going to have to use something other than OBS. Yeah. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit louder then, and hopefully that's okay. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right then, so we leave off, well, we left off last time here with the near encirclement of the south down here. Now, if we go ahead and take a look over here, so we have morale set here currently. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the supply. We did end the turn, didn't we? We were fortunate enough to do that. Now, the Soviets are not yet encircled. Let's see. Do we have anybody who may be potentially low on supply? Our own fellows are not too bad. Let's see. So we have our supply priority. We have our logistics info. Okay. So, we did capture Minsk last turn, which is quite nice here. Right, so we're looking at 2,900 supply here. We're looking at 3,100 fuel, which is not too bad. We did set this to a priority 0 depot, so we didn't have anything actually going up here necessarily. We kind of want to work things out. I don't know, it depends. The reason why I did turn the priority off to 0 is I wasn't entirely sure they would be able to hold every one of these hexes. We do see that this hex over here, for example, hasn't been taken. And that does have an impact because obviously we don't have access to that road there, which obviously increases the amount of cost. We will still have vehicles being sent out here. But I didn't want to have too many vehicles being sent out unnecessarily so. So, I guess we'll see. Let's go turn the music up on my side a little bit more here. That's strange, I don't know why it's so... let's go about 1. There we go. That should be okay. I will have to take a look at these settings afterwards, and maybe I think I'm going to switch to some other stream service. This one's not particularly great recently. Okay. Now then, we did capture Riga over here in the north, which I'm quite happy about. So in Riga, we do have 10,000, almost 11,000 supply there, which is quite excellent. We do have 1,300 units of fuel. We did capture the actual base here, but we did capture it with actual damage to the port and the rail yards. We are spending administration points so we can actually have those repaired sooner rather than later. Well, we need to get there first. Let me go ahead and angle this microphone up a little bit further. Let me see what I can do. Ah, can't trust it. I've created my own device. God damn it. Oh, I've got a pop shield in the way and I can't get out of the way now. God damn it. Ah, there we go. Okay, maybe if it's pointed at me a little bit more directly, that might help. I bet that helps. That's good for you, Krupp. I like you, Krupp. But that should be better. I've got it actually pointed at me now, so it should be better in theory. Sorry for wasting time. I feel so bad now. Okay, so we did manage to capture a number of actual rail lines over here in Riga. Not as many as we would have preferred to have caught, but we did manage to capture a few. We did have some that actually were captured intact, but not yet linked up here. Oh, sounds good? Oh, that's good then. I don't have to shout too much then. I'm not good at shouting. Yeah, it's a road, N1 USB. Make about what you will. Okay. So, we did send a call over here to the north end to secure this part of Lithuania, so we will have to go ahead and do that. Now, normally, I spend a long time figuring out where I do want to start, but I think what we will do then to start with is go north and then south, and we'll go like that. I think that'd be a good way to go. Now, let's see. We do want to be striking towards Pskov. We could always turn north towards like Tallinn and the port there. The port would be really quite useful. But I do think that the actual Soviet line here is going to hinge quite heavily on Pskov. If we can take Pskov, and especially so because we do have... You see all the clear terrain over here. This clear terrain matters considerably. You can see that we do have the rough terrain down here to the south. We do have these forests over here. Obviously some are heavier than others. We do have the swamps, but essentially we have terrible terrain down here. This is not the area that we want to be pushing through. It's good defensive terrain, but it's not good terrain for the offense. Over here is not too bad at all. We do have the clear terrain. The river does make it a little bit troublesome. It's not what I prefer. I wouldn't like to attack across the river, but I can handle a river if there's clear terrain. It gives us something to work with. Now, as far as we're aware, we see Soviet forces over here. We are not too sure what we are going to encounter around Pskov. We do not know about that yet. So we're going to have to take that in stride. Now, I do have infantry over here. So what we're going to do then is move the infantry first and foremost. And then we'll go from there. We do have a couple of divisions that were towards the rear of our lines over here. They may be tasked with actually destroying elements over here, but this is the 18th Army, isn't it? Now, what we need to do is decide where we're going to actually... Almost like, how to explain? We need to aim them, essentially. So I think we need to have the 18th aim towards Pskov, considering the 18th is making that progress there. The 16th Army, we may, in fact, have aimed towards Veliki Luki. I'm not pronunciating that correctly, but I think we'll have the 16th Army aimed towards here. Now, ultimately, we are going to try to encircle Leningrad, but I do think it's worthwhile to secure this area around here. The reason being, it does completely unhinge the actual Soviet defenses around Moscow. We were very bold in pushing on through here, actually. I'm going to have to go ahead and support that push. I may go ahead and actually secure a second road over here to Mogilev. Now, the issue is we only have a rail line here. It's a double rail line, though. Eventually, that will be quite nice, but it's not going to matter for some time now. But I do like that secondary road. The good news, however, is we do have the major road here. But I think having additional roads is not a bad thing. It's not going to matter too much right now, but eventually it will. Ultimately, though, I do need a unit to cut across over this terrain here. I want them to link up. So if we can link up Pskov and down here at Veliki Luki, that area, and take control of this, then I can have access to those roads, which would be very nice. But we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I do have a tendency to spend about half my time talking. And not actually getting that much done. Okay. Fatigue. Not bad at all, really. In fairness, they're going to be the ones to push on forward here. The terrain over here isn't great. I'd be better served by just moving along the coast over here, considering that we are going through clear terrain. Sorry, light woods, and then woods over here. If I cross the river, I'm not gaining anything, and yeah, there's no need for that. So, what we'll do then is we'll have the 217th Division move along the coast here. Once more? Oh, is the base actually empty? Oh, well, there we go. We actually captured the depot, too. So the base was actually wasn't actually occupied. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and initiate priority repairs over here. It is connected to a rail line, actually. It won't matter too much right now, but in the future it will be worthwhile having. Okay. Yeah, we went a little bit gung-ho at Smolensk, actually. knowingly. We wanted to see if we could take it. Had we had the ability to move a little bit more, we might have been able to do so, but we can get close. But even being on the outskirts of Smolensk sometimes is actually worth it to take the city. Unless they're actually going to reinforce their position and actually double down on their position. Sometimes they will go ahead and back off. So it does help sometimes. Okay. Right, so I can head over here to the north if I so wish to do so. But now that we've captured the actual port over here, there's really not... There really shouldn't be anything in here. There's probably a couple units in here. So what I want to go ahead and do then is think carefully about where I want to advance through here. I'm not going to advance into this area because it doesn't matter. I'm going to instead choose where the road is over here. So we'll head for the road. 9 or 9. Right, okay. Right. We'll have these units pushing from south over here. Now, this core over here then, okay. Now, this port over here, I don't think we've had access to the actual port. Oh, actually, no, this is Mamel, so we do have supplies moving into Mamel, so that's good. That's good to know. Okay. We can tell that we do have supplies being moved into Mamel due to the actual blue line here. So you can see that these units are being supplied from Mamel. What I'd like to do then is essentially prioritize repair of every port. Eventually they will come in handy. It's a really good way to actually move supply into the area. It's really quite nice. We might get a battle like that, we shall see. Now that's quite interesting. I don't know if there's actually units in here. There should be. There might not actually be in here due to the fact that we took the port. Well, we didn't take the port until now. Interesting. I'm not going to waste time searching through here. At the end of the day, we do have the actual port, so there's no way for supply to arrive in here unless they're going to go ahead and fly some in. So I can ignore it for the most part then. 3D, wow. Okay. What I'm going to do then is march this way. Cross over here. That secures a road for us. Now, let's see. You're assigned to another core over here, then okay. Oh, you're assigned to the 18th Army directly, right, okay. What we're looking at, 4-9. Have you reassigned? Wasn't exactly intended on that core, but okay, that works for me. Right. Now they do have some distance to cover here. Oh, the good news is we can march all the way to Riga. That's quite good. How do we want to do this then? I don't want to march to Riga as such. We want to march when it makes sense to march. Now, we do have the roads over here. Actually, scratch that. It's going to be worthwhile marching to Riga. Note that we have the roads over here. We have one leading this way. The only road that it makes sense to take as an alternative to Riga, towards Riga, would be to march this way north. We don't have that luxury over here. The road does lead to Riga, so we'll follow that. I could have this road followed then afterwards and head down this way. I could have them instead march this way towards this road here, but I'm going to gain quite a lot of fatigue from doing that. But saying that, the 16th army is going to be marching that way anyway. Is it worthwhile doing at all? Saying that, let's see. So what we're looking at here then, we have a good road this way. I might have the 16th army do that. I suppose the consideration is I can go this way with the 16th army. And really what are they gaining? They're going to gain fatigue this way, but they're going to gain fatigue this way. The 16th army is going to be aimed towards Veliki Luki. I don't know, maybe it's worthwhile having them march north. I may leave a call for this area. I think I think that's what I'm going to do actually. I think we'll do that. I'll have a core clean up this area, but I'm not going to dedicate too much to it. We do have some, well, not really reserve forces. I suppose that'd be not a nice way to talk about the 9th Army. But we'll have forces over here that'll be marching up later. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is, I might even have a core of the 9th Army potentially take care of this area for the time being. It depends actually. I think what I'd like to do is come around, follow the roads and head towards Veliki Luki like that. Try and make as much ground as possible with as little fatigue spent, well, expended as possible really. Try to spend as little as possible and gain as much as possible is going to be the idea here. But what we're going to go ahead and do then is see what we can manage on the front lines. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and move. I'm just going to have the 4th Panzer Army just move outside here so I can have units pass through here without any problems. Okay. It is going to be a bit of a traffic jam and I can't move these units as of yet. So what I'll do then is, let's see. We'll have these elements then, so this corps can actually march some distance. Yeah, that makes sense. We have 2 there in the 10th Corps. 10th Corps can lead the way then. Okay. I could head this way. I think that's what we'll do then, is we'll have them head over here. Okay. I'm going to have them push on that road there. Now, what do we have here? 4-9, 4-9. 6-9. These are not really terribly well optimized. Okay. So you can move about that extent. Okay. You can push on a little bit further there. I've got to be mindful of what road I want to take here. We'll push on towards the town over here then. Okay. Right, then we do have a core here. We may go ahead and have these divisions shifted around somewhat. We don't have to worry too much about it because the 18th and 19th are fairly balanced. They're ultimately in support of the actual Panzer group over here in the north. They're both heading towards the same sort of area anyway. Oh, that's awesome to hear there, gamer. You're going to like it, man. Okay. So, let's see. 8 fatigue, 0 fatigue. I'm going to go with the 8 fatigue first. Now, 2 there. Okay. I could push on this way and potentially seize more territory, but I'm not gaining a road there. So I'm going to ignore that in favour of the road. So we gain a little bit more over here to work with. I can then take my unit that had 0 fatigue. Wherever it has gone. Was that the one that had 0 fatigue that I sent? I'm gonna take, I think I might have sent the wrong one there, but that's okay. That's okay. I think I did. I think I sent both of them there. Oh well. It looks like I'm not going to be able to make much more in the way of gains there. I may give that a push, maybe. We'll see what we can gain there. Not enough to make it tremendously worthwhile. So we'll head for the road. You'll have to be reassigned. I'm just going to place you here for now. Have the core over here move up. I mean, they can move some considerable distance there. They're almost piling up on top of each other here. Right, good. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll take these two divisions here. We'll take a small core to work with. So I can't leave this area to chance, essentially. Right, we have that road there that leads this way. But it's this road over here that I'm interested in. Excuse me. Right, continue to head north. That'll do for now. Okay. So we're going to march around. And the entire reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to gain as much distance as I can, essentially. Right, there we are. Well, in fairness, I'd want to be on a road. And then I do have the core over here. Let's see. Right, let's see. So I'll also have them head this way. Right, there we are. So 16th Army, I'm going to have them placed on a rail line. So we do have rails up to a pretty significant point here. So we actually do have rails up to there. So if I go ahead and press, not 8, but if I press N, you can see that we do have the rail line actually running up to this point over here. Now, if I take a look at the actual depot over here. Okay, I'm going to have to repair that rail. One would assume there. Oh yeah, okay, that's not exactly ideal. Okay. It seems like I'm going to have to bear that in mind here. Yeah. Initiate repairs on the rail line here. We're going to need as much as we can up north. That's something that we're going to have to bear in mind then. Okay. That does complicate things. It does make the administration points more viable than they previously were. So a little disconcerting, but we'll have to bear that in mind. So, let's see then. So, depot, freight. So we received trucks, but I don't think we received trains here. No, we're not receiving freight. Okay, so we need to repair the actual rail lines. We've converted them, it seems. Okay. So we'll head north. Repair that rail line. Oh wow, we can actually make it. That's really nice. Oh my god. Okay, wow. Wow, okay. That was actually really, really good there. Right, wow. So, that's done a lot for us. So this will be repaired tomorrow. This will be repaired tomorrow. That'll be repaired tomorrow. So that's going to actually gain us the rail line stretching all the way to the north here. The turn after, I'll be able to repair the rail line directly into Riga. That's really important for us, actually. Though saying that, I could also... Well, then again, actually, it's worthwhile doing it to Riga because it is a port. It makes sense to do so. That's a pretty damn good place to be. But I was considering having them follow this rail line over here. Well, actually, maybe that is better, but I need that second rail line. So if we take a look over here, but if I turn that off. Right, okay. Right, okay. So from here, we go from a single track rail line to a double track rail line here. I do have double track over here in this area around Riga. I may in fact want to... I mean, it could be said, arguably, it could be said that this is actually the better one to take, because you do gain that double width rail line. What it might be worthwhile doing is maybe having it pushed along this way. Let's see. I need... What am I looking for? I just wanted to highlight rail repair units, so control 9. I'm going to go ahead and just save the game quickly, by the way. I need to get into the habit of doing that. Just save it as, I don't know, something random. Okay. I think that's what we do there. We do have a number of things that we do want to do here. Oh, we do have pressures here. Maybe in the future, I might not have it actually push onto Riga. It could be worthwhile to focus upon the double rail line here. The double track. We would be able to actually go ahead and send additional freight up that double track. There is going to be a limit to how much we can send on a single track line. But saying that, it's a difficult one. And in fairness, in the Baltic, we do convert it easier at cheaper cost, so I suppose it's one of those to bear in mind, but eventually it'll come at some point in the future. Oh, that's pretty cool there, Steve. I hope you look forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good game. It is gonna be a good game. Let's see. Okay, so we've done that then. We're pushing here. I do have my security division here to actually place it upon them just to maintain their security. So we have that there. Now, I do have these remaining divisions. And we can make it all the way to Riga, which is actually really quite good. So we'll push the infantry to Riga, which is good. So they're not too far behind where we actually need to be there. So what we're going to go ahead and do next then, is we're going to take a look at what we actually have in front of us. I don't think we have a great deal of information. We do have... Oh, hello. Hello. Those are bombers. That's pretty interesting. 41 over here. We actually do see some bombers over here as well, apparently. We're seeing a concentration of air power around here, around Lake Ilmen. We see a little bit of air power over here at Lake Biscop, but we're not seeing too much. We're actually seeing a fair amount over there at Taladin, though. That's pretty impressive. So our reconnaissance, then. It leaves a lot to be desired, frankly. It does leave a lot. That's not too bad, but I can work with that. Now let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at industrial targets. So I do have a rail yard here. Rail yard. I may want to actually go ahead and push some of the infantry over here towards the town of Madonna. The reason being, if I can seize the actual rail yard here, I do gain another rail line to go north with. But it does push us towards Rezekini. I might want to go down here to the south end. I could head south and take both of those. The issue with this is it does connect up ultimately, but I need to actually go ahead and convert it. I think what we need to do then is concentrate on the north. I would like to say this here, but this is not connected. It is connected to the north, but then I do need to go ahead and repair that. Is it worthwhile doing so? Is it worth changing direction here? So I'm going to go this way. And then the rail line heads back this way. Or I could go like so and take the double rail. I might want to do the double rail, perhaps. I mean, that's going to be more centrally located there to benefit potential forces down here to the south. If I go north, we do gain the benefit, obviously, the ports over here anyway. Oh, thanks there, Steve. That's really appreciated, my man. Yeah. I'm not great at tutorials. I wouldn't be able to tell anybody how to play. I just do it. Doesn't mean I'm doing it well. It just means I'm doing it. Something like that. So which do you guys support then? I'm feeling like we might want to go ahead and potentially venture this way. The reason being is I can gain access to that double track rail line. And I could also have it actually directed straight towards Veliki Luki. I suppose the question comes down to what do we wish to support more so? Because if I support a push towards Veliki Luki, it does actually take some pressure off down here in the south, because obviously we do have that rail line push here. And if I could push on towards this area sooner rather than later, I might be able to actually gain additional supply. Not tremendous amounts because there's still going to be some distance, but if I can draw from this area then rather than down here, we should be able to manage that. See, with Leningrad, what I'm going to hope to rely upon more so is the actual ports over here. I think if we do push towards... I mean, this is where it comes into question, really. How do you go about the question of Leningrad? I think if we were to drive directly onto Leningrad, which we will to an extent, but I tend to prefer to... I suppose you could call it like a blockade, a distant blockade. I do like Pskov, but I do tend to follow around here, really. The city is important, but what we need to do is isolate it if we can. Now, if I could actually cut the rail lines off and prevent Leningrad receiving reinforcements or sending reinforcements, that might be worthwhile. But I think it's worthwhile, potentially, if I can support both fronts. I think if I recall that units can draw from rail lines within 25 hexes, we might be able to support 2 army groups with 1 rail line a little bit earlier. I guess we'll see. I suppose what I'm going to be banking upon is the fact that we do have clear terrain in this area. We do have the ports. The ports really do factor in quite heavily for me here. They really genuinely do, to be honest. The distances we're covering in the north aren't too great. We do have the ports here to rely upon, which is good news. I mean, what would be fantastic would be if I could take the port over here. The issue is we do have the port over here at Kronstadt. Well, we have the naval base over here at Kronstadt. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for us. We should, in theory, be able to take shipment of supply from Finland, perhaps. Hopefully. We'll see. I think I will choose this path. The reason being I can support a push towards Veliki Luki there. It is still going to support them in the north. They're not moving too far away. But what I'm looking at here is either taking advantage of the double track rail line, pushing this way. I could take advantage of the double track rail line and have it pushed to the north, perhaps. I don't know, it's an interesting question, and I like the fact that we have to consider that more. In the past, we would not have considered it anywhere near as much, so I'm quite happy that we do have that option now. Okay, so we do have the Totenkopf SS Motorized Division. Now, we are aware that there's bombers over here, which is pretty damn cool. How do I want to go about this? Do I want to head directly towards the Soviets? No, not particularly. But where do the roads take us? We have an average road over here. That takes us directly to Pskov. But I'm going to be heading through a swamp. The issue is, there's still poor roads in this area. But these roads would definitely help us out. It might be worthwhile to actually push on, because I could force them. I could shunt them out of the way. They will still be able to cross over here, so they're not going to be cut off. But it will be harder for them. I suppose what we'll do then is take the experimentation with the Totenkopf division. Okay. Now, we do push that rail line out of the way. Sorry, that airbase out of the way. Let's see. We encounter what looks to be an airborne brigade. Now, I'm going to shift up the actual core headquarters. We are attacking across a river. We're attacking over here and into swamp. I'm going to go ahead and make that... Oh, I can't actually make it a deliberate attack. I should win that. We do win that. Okay. We win that quite handedly. Handedly? Oh my god, we have 2 pioneers and a Panzerjäger attached here. I forgot to take them out. Wow, okay. No wonder we did fantastic. They've got more engineers than they could shake a stick at. Pioneers, I should say. Okay. So I'll be looking at 2 or 5 there. 17-8 there. Okay. I don't like the fact that I'm going to have to go through swamp over here, but at least we can follow the path over here. Notice that it is taking us along the road here. So we're going to head up along the roads, continue to follow. Right, we still have movement over here, which is quite important. We do have a lot of fatigue here to work with. We know there's an NKVD. We know this is an airborne brigade that we just smashed, so we know that's an easy target. This over here, however, could be... Well, it's going to be some sort of division. So we're looking at 14 combat, I should be able to manage that. Can I go for a deliberate attack? I can't. I'll shift up to this position over here, so we should be within range to offer support. Now, I could assign them some additional motorized infantry, but I'm not going to do that. Finland technically is already in the war, but we'll have to see. I'm not too sure if we'll actually gain access to their unit should we actually link up with Finland. I'm not too sure. They are in the war, though. They are in the war. Okay. So, I may go ahead and actually have them reinforced by the 3rd Motorized Division. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think it's worthwhile taking the swing of the dice? Or is it worthwhile being sure? I'm going to lean towards it's worthwhile being sure and sending the additional Motorized Division to then attack with a hasty attack. I might go for the... I'm a sure type guy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for. Thinking about, sorry. So I've got the armor there. I don't like to move the armor until I move the motorized. So we'll go for that. So, but what I can do here then, let's see. Can they go for a deliberate attack? They can't, okay. So we'll have both divisions attack. Well, they're completely routed. Oh yeah, they're completely smashed. Right, okay. So it seems that was a little bit too cautious, but that's okay. But you can see we have no more ability to progress. But we can still progress over here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is hit the Airborne Brigade. They're routed. And I can attack the NKVD, and they're routed too. Good. We can actually progress a little bit further too. And we do encounter here what looks to be potentially 2, maybe divisions. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 6th Panzer Division. 18. So we'll head this way. I'm going to continue to head over here. And I still don't have a brilliant idea, but you take a look at that defensive CV and it's looking pretty hefty. So, 22, 22, 81. First, 205 AFV. Okay. We do actually have more movement to work with these fellows. That's good. Right, okay, I think the other one is attached to this, yep, to that core. I just have both of the cores shifted up here to support. It should be within 3 hexes, so they should be fine, but I want to make sure that they do get that. Now, 78, I might be able to launch a... no, I can only launch a haste attack. Now, this is more than likely going to be overkill. And if it's not overkill, then it'd be worthwhile. But we'll see. It's overkill. But still worthwhile, though. Whoops. Let's go ahead and take a look there. I saw last time how to take a look at battles, and yeah, there we go. So... okay. So it wasn't 2 infantry divisions, but it was a NKVD regiment there. So we had a NKVD border guard detachment. And we do see the 196th Rifle Division. The 196th there... oh, okay, so it was the NKVD that had the 205th Corps Artillery Regiment. But we did well there. I mean, that was definitely overkill, but that was still a decent amount of men. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Movement mode, there we go. Right, okay. So they don't have any movement here with the 6th Division. I do have a 1st Panzer Division that can crawl a little bit further forward. We do capture the depot here. Right, but we have no more movement available from the 1st Panzer Division. I do have the 8th Panzer Division, and it looks like... what I could go ahead and do here is actually just spread one of these out. I'll likely have them both pulled back. Right, move back then. Okay. So we'll head over here with the 8th. Looks like we can't manage it all the way. Okay. What I'm going to do then is take the 8th Panzer Division. Okay, we can spread wider. I'm going to have them just take control over here. Okay. I think it's worthwhile to spread out and control this. I may be able to have an infantry division to be able to plug this gap here. Now, obviously, this is a little bit of a problem, but not too bad. I will move off the road here. The reason being that I can at least keep them a little bit more in check. We'll have to hope for the best with that one. Okay, now we do have our units over here, which can have advanced to the north. I'll have the actual headquarters take up position in Riga. Okay. Right, there we are. So what I'll do is have the 4th Panzer take up position in here. Now, I do have Army Group North. I may have Army Group North relocated over here, perhaps. But let's see. Right, they need to be pushed up. Right, there we are. These fellows too. Okay, so 18th Army headquarters is over here. Now... I think I'll... I don't know. Do I maintain them in that position? I think we will. Until we have rail lines linking us to Riga, then we'll maintain that. I will have Army Group North shift position over here. 16th Army can do the same, and then they can actually benefit from that. Okay. Now, I do have OKH, Oberkommando de here. Shift them there. I do have these security units I need to actually devise what I want to do with them. Okay. But that's looking pretty good. Also, you need to be... So that's... Right, fair enough. Not ideal, but there's not much I can do about that. That's working well. We almost made it to Pskov here. It would have been very nice to have been able to take that hex there to actually just sort of cut it off somewhat, but it's okay. We do see that there is some unit down here to the south, but for the most part we've captured quite a lot. We've gained the actual road over here. The important thing is we've done it without having to fight tremendously, which is good. It means we've been able to avoid a lot of time wasting, which is a good thing. So quite happy there. Okay. Now I do have a 9th Army. We are going to have to go ahead and liquidate this pocket, which is a nice way to put it. So let's see. Let's see. Where's the one now to show? Let me see. Not that one. Ah, there we are. Okay. Right, so you can see that we do have units isolated over here. Okay, so we can demolish them pretty quickly. We need to figure out how best to do that. Okay. It might be advisable to use... I don't know, is it worthwhile doing so? It may be worthwhile to allow them to wither another turn. It does depend, though. Probably not worthwhile. We can deal with them now. They do have aircraft in here. Over here, though. So really what we want to do then is, when it comes to pockets, if I can try to pocket them but actually deny them an airfield, that would be really tremendous. We can't allow them to have an airfield, because we saw in the last turn that they can and will fly supply in, so we can't allow them to have an airfield. So, I've got a couple options here then, really. I could leave behind a skeleton-type force to actually just hold them in check, but then I suppose it is worthwhile to just have them destroyed now. We do gain the potential benefit of actually capturing equipment, so we may even potentially gather ourselves some volunteers. But the sooner we do this, the better that we can move on then, can't we? It's worthwhile doing, I guess. I will do it with the 4th army, though. The 4th army will do this. I think the 9th army needs to get its arse moving. We don't have really much in this area. We have the 18th and the 16th army aimed towards this direction, towards Pskov. We do have elements of the 16th army over here that are making some progress. Ultimately, the 9th army needs to get its arse in gear to actually go ahead and support the push over this way. We do have the rest of the Panzer groups. We do have the Panzer group over here, which is going to be shifting up towards Minsk to actually help support us in that area. But we have made a pretty... I mean, to be honest, we've been doing pretty good over here in the north. We've actually driven quite deep there into the north. We do have a pretty nice push there. Smolensk is a shame that it actually did hold. But it's probably not too far. Probably not too far away, is it? Okay. But I'm not going to have the 9th army linger. I'm going to have this wrapped up by the 4th army. The 4th army is in a position where they're not going to be able to travel anywhere important. It is already being taken in hand, so I'm going to have the 4th army do this quickly. These fellows over here, we do have these additional divisions, and I probably will keep them and organise them into reserve corps for the most part. I think what we need to take a look at is trying to maintain as best as possible a reserve of some nature. The reason being, as long as we maintain an army would be quite nice to maintain. But as long as I can maintain some units, that could be quite good. A couple corps would be worthwhile. If I could maintain a army, that'd be great. And essentially what we'd want to do then is have them organised in corps. And then what I'd like to do then is, let's say that the 18th army has experienced heavy fighting. I would like to withdraw a corps from the front and have it replaced with a new rested corps. And the idea being then that we have that corps then rest for some time as best able, replenish, replace, rest, and then have them pushed out there so we could actually have them cycled out, really. I think it's better to cycle out considerable numbers of troops with fresh troops in decent numbers than it is to have them one division at a time. So we'll try to aim for a corps renewal system. An army renewal system would be nice, but we don't have that kind of manpower. And if we did, we'd probably have it in the field, but we'll see. We'll do what we can. We'll do what we can with what we've got. So, let's see. I do have the security regiments down here. I'm not going to target a security regiment, though. I don't want to see them unnecessarily beaten. 6.4. They don't have a defensive position, but they are in light woods. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and initiate a deliberate attack, and they surrendered. Okay, that's good. We lose a grand total of 5 men there. I can assume that they just surrendered outright. Surrendered, good. Okay. Could you take that? You might... Well, that's only a regiment, so if it had been a division, I might have considered it. So let's see, we do have you here. We're looking at 13, so you are actually over now. That's not good. Right. Reform the security here. Takes us down to 12. Right, we're at 10 here. Still not great. Security I really want to have assigned elsewhere. Where is my actual security division in the AGC area? So I do have the 102nd RHG over here. I'm going to have the security assigned to them. Take them from the center there. So have them assigned to the 102nd RHG. I had another one here, didn't I? I swear I did. Maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, that's better. So now we do have 8-9 bears. We're going to be actually functioning at a higher efficiency. So, 5.7 there. 5.7. They probably will surrender, but what are we facing here then? Just an NKVD border and some sort of tank unit there. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is deliberate attack. I think deliberate attacks are worthwhile in this case. Even though the enemy is likely to surrender outright, it's worthwhile to do so with as little cost in terms of manpower as we can reasonably manage, in my opinion. What are we looking at there? Okay. Oh, hello. Wow, okay. Interesting. We killed a commander there. So that's what I'm talking about. Had that been a deliberate attack, we might have been able to manage that. Now, you're at 8-9. I'm going to have you assigned over here, actually. It's a brigade, so we might be able to manage that better. So that is the 7th Corps. I'm going to have you temporarily assigned to the 7th Corps to benefit from their support there. Right, what do we see across the river here? It doesn't matter right now. So we do force them to surrender, but that's 318 tanks there. That's quite a considerable amount. Okay. I'm not going to do it with the cavalry alone. I'm not too sure going up against it. We know there's a headquarters. We don't know what else is in there. Whoa. So I'm not going to actually sacrifice them unnecessarily, so I'm going to save again as well. Let's see. Just try and get into the habit of saving here. Well, regarding the pilots' names, that's an interesting question. I can imagine majority? Right, okay. Head that way. Right, they're done outright. NKVD can be dealt with. Right, they're gone too. Okay. So now we're looking pretty good here. Now we're looking pretty good. The map is better. Honestly, it is. I don't know what makes you say that. It is generally a better map. It is a much more attractive map. The fact that we have roads on here. I mean, obviously I could turn the roads off, but in my opinion, I think it's a much better map. I think it's one of the best maps that they've actually put out on start. I mean, there are mods out there that are nice, but I think this is really quite a nice map. I mean, compared to one in the west, compared to one in the east, I think it's a really nice combination of the both there, really. I don't know. Maybe modders can go ahead and do some fine work, but I think it looks pretty damn good, to be honest. I don't think it's an eyesore, I'll put it that way. Oh, John Tiller's Panzer campaigns. Man, I've got a couple of the Panzer... I've got a couple of the John Tiller titles, but I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe I need to just get the time to sit down and just force myself to learn them. I'd like to play the Sea Lion one, because that does look rather interesting. It's a very interesting scenario. Or even, like, the early war would be interesting. I'm not too sure about that there, Django. What you might want to go ahead and check is... Not that one. Let's see. Not that one either. Where is it? Maybe... There might be a delay here. Scroll speed. You might want to take a look at the scroll speed over here. Potentially that might be the problem. It could be. Sometimes it is in Warner Pacific. Sometimes it is. Okay. Time is quickly slipping away from me here. I'm not actually too sure regarding the yellow airfields. I've not had as much time as I would have preferred, actually, to read the manual. Due to uni, not anything else. That's my fault, don't worry. Yeah, let me know if that fixes you for you there, Django. Okay. So, we've eliminated these units over here, which is good. I'd be tempted to use the security division over here to deal with these fellows, but those are two divisions I shall deal with them, with these forces here. On their retreat there, I imagine that the river and the swamp saved them there. They surrender. That's a fair division too. Okay. They retreated there. I guess I'll use this core here to finish the area. I could attack there, but I'm going to be attacking across the river, which is not particularly great. How you doing there, Gal? Good to have you, my friend. The game is definitely good. I'm enjoying it myself. Hopefully others will be enjoying it soon enough, which is going to be fun. I may have this division support the cavalry over here, potentially. But it's not worthwhile. I can attack them next turn. We're not going to gain anything from doing it right now, so that's okay. What we are gaining here is destroyed Soviet divisions at as light a cost as possible, really. I really do not want to spend more than I have to. Absolutely have to. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at what we've destroyed so far then. Let's see if we've captured anything. So what I'm going to go down and do then, let's see. Okay, so we do have captured so far. Oh, look at that, we've actually captured some, let's see. We've captured 2 KV2s, we've captured 7 KV1s, we have a couple T-34s there. A T-28, oh, the prize is going to be to find a T-35. If we capture a T-35, I'm going to be quite happy about that. I think the T-35s were deployed in the south though, weren't they? Or at least the majority of them. I think so. Yeah, exactly as you say there, Marauder. They don't respawn as such. Obviously, what they will do is they'll take the new manpower that they do have, and they'll be able to create new divisions. The men that were in these divisions previously they're not going to magically find themselves back in Moscow. I don't know if they prefer that. I suppose they would. I think they would probably prefer that, actually. Okay. So we're not looking too bad here. It's nice to actually catch some armored vehicles. Having some flame tanks is not bad. Amphibious tanks is pretty cool. I wonder if we could actually make some use of those. I'd imagine so. I don't know if we'd be able to make use of them as an amphibious tank. I don't think we have a great requirement for them, but yeah, they're still there. The artillery is good. Capturing artillery is always a good thing. The heavy artillery is all well and good, but I'm probably more so interested in... we've got a fair... Okay, we've got some field guns over here, light field guns. I'd prefer to probably have more medium. I think medium is probably what we'll be wanting for. But not too bad, Ben. So, where are we looking here, then? What I'm going to go ahead and do then is take a look at the actual losses. So, Axis losses, then, not bad. 22,000 men so far. I'd like to try and narrow that down. We've had 14,000, just shy of 15,000 killed. Non-captured, which is actually quite a good thing there. 8,000 disabled. Hopefully I can try to bring those back in eventually. Eventually they will potentially come back. Now the Soviets, we've captured so far 210. Not great losses for them right now. This definitely differs here, as you would find in 1v1. And the reason for that is we're not as easily able to make pockets down here. But in this situation, I don't know if this is actually preferable. Because the Soviets, I'm not too sure how deep their line goes. I'm not too sure their depth here. I'm not too sure if we actually do have what looks to be a weak point in their lines. But in fairness, if they have fortified regions on the front line and NKVD, they don't have very much. We might be able to break through there. What I need to do is figure out how I'm going to get through this. I'd like to be able to dig through this area here and actually connect up over here to the north. But I may just want to have them pinned against the Carpathians, maintain a strong front here, and obviously have the infantry move in to take this, and then just carry on moving past them. Cut them off and carry on moving as best we can. I do want to secure Odessa ASAP because we do have a good port there, and I do want to especially maintain as many ports as I can. So let's try and get what we can get done, and we'll be good to go. Okay. Have them move up. I'm just going to move the infantry as I can. We essentially want to make as much progress as we possibly can here. I may want to go ahead and have a corps sent out this way. I might go ahead and do that. That could be a good use of the panzer infantry potentially. Have them sent over here to secure another position, but then again the panzer infantry I probably do want to move up this way. So maybe that could be a job of the 4th Army to go ahead and secure additional objectives. The 9th Army can push up this way, have the 4th Army go ahead and push this way. I need to apply pressure in these areas as well. But we're doing fairly well so far. Oh, right. Well, I guess just experiment there, Django, see if that helps. I'm not too sure what might be causing that. If I could see it, I might be able to advise a little bit more so. But I guess we'll see. Okay. Oh no, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I'm used to playing Gary Grisby's War in the Pacific, so it's just, I'm actually pretty alright with this. It's no issue at all. Okay, yeah, we are making some pretty nice progress there. I think I might go ahead and go and or do I want to bother doing that? Am I gaining anything by taking that hex there? Not especially. I might as well move down this road. The issue is obviously we have to go around here, which is less than stellar. Is it worthwhile taking this road? Because they'd only go like that. Nah, it's okay. I want to eat those miles, essentially. The good news is we can make it to Minsk over here, which is pretty damn good. Excellent. Okay. So, we can have our forces move over the way here. I think what I'm going to do then is, we'll move the 9th Army now. So I do have the motorized brigade over here, which is looking pretty damn good. They can move some considerable distance. But I want to clean up this area, I want to take control of that rail line there. We are going to go ahead and get the rail line shifted too. So, take a look at this area, go back to the rail line view. I'm just going to get rid of the units off the map here right now. So, we have this over here, I'm going to move forward. Yep, and we do have a double rail line here. I'm really happy about that. We do have a double width rail line to work with. Very happy about that. Making some pretty good gains here, actually. Oops. Okay. Okay, I'm actually pretty impressed. This is actually... That's a... Oh, so close. So close. That would have been very nice to be able to take that as well. But that's actually a hell of a lot more progress. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not bad at all, actually. That is not bad at all. Yeah, exactly. That'd be great. That's not bad. That's more than I actually expected there. That's very nice. Right, so I do have the double width rail line here. That's good news. I want to head over this way, really. I was really impressed then. I was going to say that's amazing, but that's still not bad at all. So we've actually been able to manage there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And some distance gain. That's actually really quite good. Oh my. Yeah, you can change the colour of divisions here. Nice happy fish. But you can change their colours. Whereabouts is it again? I forget what you're doing now. Oh, I think you do it at core, sorry. Yeah, you do it at the core. Yeah. The thing that I really like about the game is, if you go ahead and click on this, you can actually take a look at the Wikipedia links, and it actually does give you some pretty awesome information. So if I go ahead and take a look at that, so we can take a look at Romanian armies in Stalingrad. I can go ahead and take a look over here. I'm not familiar with this website, but it looks pretty interesting. Oh, there you go, the Romanian Royal Army there. So I think we could see historical OOBs. I'm not too sure, but it looks like it. I suppose that's where their justification for that information comes from. But yes, the wiki is pretty fantastic. You can take a look at quite a lot of units here and read up about them, which is pretty fun. Very informative. Okay. Right. So we are going to move on to the north. Especially now that we have access to a rail line, which is going to be excellent. Take control of that hex there. That's fine. Okay. Right, so let's see here then. So we have a 29th Tank Division, we have the 85th Rifle Division of the 7th Anti-Tank Brigade. Headquarters there. I'm not going to attack them. I may leave them as they are, to be honest. At least for the time being. I will take the security regiments, however. Just maintain that grip there. Have them sent around this way. Okay. You're unable to move. You can move, but we'll have you assigned to another corps then shortly. Okay. So, let's see then. I do have a couple nice rail lines over here, which is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, I like Shadow Empire. I do like Shadow Empire. Okay. So what I could do then is I could head north over here towards this position. And that might be worthwhile doing, but I'm going to try to avoid making unnecessary moves. I really want to try and be economical. I want to try and... Sorry, I just like hovered over Twitch. And I don't know when it came up from, but it just said like can't stop, won't stop, and I'm like, what? Where's that come from? That's that threw me there. I didn't expect to see that. I don't know where that's come from. That's a very odd message. Oh, okay. I did not expect to see that. Okay. Good, they surrender. That was a very weak tank division. 9 tanks, wow, okay. Not a good day for them. I could cut across here actually to take control of that road. And it's pretty tempting to do that. But it's not worthwhile doing because I can have units that can do that down here anyway. I think what we might want to go ahead and do then is look at the road layout here. I have roads, I only have a road that heads up this way. I mean, there are, every hex here does have bad roads. So you can see that we do have poor roads in these areas. So where you're not seeing an actual red line doesn't mean that there's not a road. It just means that there's not a average road or a good road. We do have access and we do have control of a good road over here. The only good road in bloody Russia. And there quite legitimately is only one good road in Russia. If I go ahead and turn these guys off of here, you can go ahead and see, when I zoom out, all these yellowy looking hexes are average roads. And you can see the grey hexes are the good roads. And you can see that obviously East Prussia doesn't have the best road infrastructure there. But you can see Russia's isn't especially superb. But we do have a good road that leads directly from the sort of Minsk area. It begins at Minsk pretty much and heads all the way to Moscow. And this is kind of how we've been driving. This is what we've been driving upon, really. In my opinion, I don't think we're doing too bad. We didn't see Smolensk this turn, Had we been able to see Smolensk last turn, sorry, this turn, that would have been phenomenal. It would have been very nice to take a Smolensk. The reason being, it would have been a nice position to hold up in. But the good news is we are on the other side of a land bridge. I just need to secure this area. I do have the means to do so, and it's probably very important to do. But what I need now is additional roads in this area. I need additional forces to actually help drive the Soviets out. If I had some average roads going across, that'd been good. This road over here is actually really quite interesting, because that would help me to move additional assets. That rail line would be quite nice, but I don't have the ability to really dream for it, to be honest. Well, dream about it yet. That's going to be something that we take in later days. But one can dream. Okay. Even driving that way is not worthwhile, to be honest. Let's go ahead and rationalize some of these cores then. So, right, okay. Right. Though, then again, I don't have the most administration points in the world. That's just being stubborn. Okay. I'm just going to have you reassign that. Okay. Wasn't exactly what I had in mind there, but... Okay. Right, so we've gained some security over here then, which is not too bad. I can do something for that. I do have my cavalry over here, which could move some depth, which is nice. Now, I may have a cavalry push on towards like Mogilev. I do want to actually widen this this corridor, but in fairness, we do have that good road, and I do want to maintain that. In fairness, we did run our reconnaissance. The issue is reconnaissance is not as widespread. You can't see the entirety of the Soviet Union as you could in the last game. We do have reconnaissance, but we have reconnaissance in this area here. Not perfect reconnaissance due to the fact that, well, we are moving deep into the Soviet Union. We do need to actually get our airfields into position. Now, we do have a little bit of reconnaissance over in this area, so you can see that we are aware of some units, but not many. Down here we have some decent reconnaissance because it's very close to the front line. It's very close, which is quite nice. I would try and consolidate AGC before continuing. I think we have to find that fine line between both of those, really. I think what I'd like to do is actually have them reach Pskov, which we're going to be reaching Pskov next turn then, ideally. I'm going to be having an army drive on towards Veliki Luki. I think what I want to try to do is drive on and widen this area here, but I've got to try and do it in a rational way. I don't really gain a lot from certain actions. I could take Mogilev, but I do need to go ahead and secure that road there to make it worthwhile. I'm very conscious of roads, very, very conscious of roads, because anything else is just, I don't think it's really worthwhile. AGC is spread out, I do agree, but right now we do have the benefit of inertia, I suppose you could call it. By driving so deep from two positions, well, from two fronts, two armies, whatever you want to call it, from two, I guess, fronts, we're almost, it's, how to explain, we're able to keep them off their balance, I suppose that's the way to say. There's definitely advantage to having inertia, to having that momentum. Sorry, momentum is the way I'm trying to call this. Start a poll. Will AI cut off your spearhead at Smolensk? We're going to reinforce that, don't worry. We've still got all the rest of the Panzer group to move here, the rest of this Panzer group. But not yet, not good. The complexity, it's about the same, really. I mean, in fairness, most of these things will go ahead and trundle on without you having to really mind them too much. Obviously, just bear in mind the roads, bear in mind rails. Yeah, the logistics is more... It's not more difficult. I just think it's more meaningful. You have a greater degree of control over your logistics. You can actually see it in a way that you couldn't really see beforehand. We're not playing any more partisan whack-a-mole. We don't have to trot around random Romanian divisions, random cavalry divisions to deal with partisans. We do have the theatre boxes that will be taking care of that. I mean, I've yet to see... So we still... Well, this is something I've not yet had the time to read upon, is the actual Soviet Union garrison. But of course, we do have to bear in mind the theatre garrisons in other locations. So, for example, Western Europe... And I do love the fact you can zoom in here and take a look at that quite closely. I do like that. So we can see exactly what we do have in here. Yeah, ground's good, actually. Very good. Okay. That's something I'm definitely going to have to take a look at and read upon. You can see that we do have air combat over here at medium intensity. We have ground combat at very low intensity. But we're at 91, 93 there. The Balkans, there's no air combat right now, which is fantastic. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool, man. So if we take a look at air operational groups again. So we did run reconnaissance in these areas. So we ran reconnaissance over here. You can see that we did run it from this airfield over here. So that's the thing as well, you've got to actually grab these airfields. You've got to actually find the airfields that are able to be used, and obviously they've got to be close enough where you can base a sufficient amount of aircraft to cover larger areas. So it does make sense why we've only been able to really cover a certain amount. We can actually see what's actually at the airfield here, which is quite nice, and how they're coping. We can see that we are low in airfield support over here. We can see that we're actually under our capacity. No, available. Max 120. We're actually under our capacity here. Yeah, okay. You can see the range of those aircraft. Okay. We'll have to manage. Okay. Oh, only a few minutes left. That's a shame. Okay. I think what I will do then is have the Panzers push on. Let's see, what sort of distance can I can't really reach too far here. Okay. So we're looking at 1630. 0-0. Yeah, they're looking pretty damn good. I think what I want to try to do here then is... I'm going to have the 2nd Panzer Division... So the 2nd Panzer Corps advance towards Minsk, and I think what I'll do is maintain the 2nd Panzer Corps at Minsk. I could have the 2nd Panzer Corps push on beyond Minsk and allow 3rd Panzer Corps to rest here a little bit longer, perhaps. But I need to push on. I think what I want to do then is try to maintain the 2nd Panzer Corps then... Panzer Group as... I suppose the blade. I mean, this blade of the 3rd Panzer Group is being dulled by the distance, but if I can gain that distance now, it's worthwhile. I would allow the 2nd Panzer Division, Panzer Group, to push on through that. But they will need to rest. I will have them rested after this, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it probably will do, actually. Okay. So I think we'll push on. It's not ideal for them, but I think we should. 11 there is actually pretty good. Okay. Oh, they rout them, that's damn good. I need my roads on again. Okay. What do we actually see in the city here? They can't attack. I do have a Panzer division there. That's pretty damn nice there, actually. It's a shame that I can't push on that a little bit further there to be able to take some Lensk. That'd be very nice. I could... Oh, I was like, wait a minute, do I have a Panzer division that can do it? No. Nearly. I may have the Panzer divisions actually concern themselves with taking... I need to reinforce this position over here and play something here. It depends on what we're looking at here. So, okay, we're aware that there's the 158th Rifle Division in Vitebsk. So we're aware of that. Vitebsk. There's no fortifications right now. Obviously, I don't want them to gain fortifications. So I'm dealing with the 158th Rifle Division. I could, and I think it's worthwhile to go ahead and send the Panzer Division in to take the city there. The reason being I'll control both urban centres in this area then. I'll thoroughly control the land bridge for now. I can't take Smolensk, but at least I can actually secure that land bridge somewhat securely. I mean, obviously, we are going to have to bear in mind this brigade over here. And I may have something sent to deal with that, but that's not too bad. Yeah, I don't know what it is there, Bongo. I really don't know what it is. It's weird. Because I have the microphone right in front of me. I'm honestly not too sure. I think the issue is because I'm using a wireless headset, that changes the audio. And then I'm using a different microphone, so that changes the audio. And then OBS is a son of a B, and that changes the audio. So, honestly, it's weird, very weird. But I will be moving out to my new apartment. I finally move out this weekend, so I will be in a different locale. Maybe we'll be able to improve upon that. Maybe the acoustics may be good. Who knows? Yeah, I blame you. Yeah, I blame you too there, citizen. Okay, get distracted here. Nobody wants to know about what I'm doing. Only what Russia is doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think it's worthwhile to do. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take the 7th Panzer Division 10. I may be able to do it with the 7th Panzer Division. I don't think it... 11's actually pretty damn good. What could I give them? They've got... Right, so I've got Panzerjäger, heavy Panzerjäger. That's interesting. I've got the Flampanzers. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. I'll probably look at something else to use of then. Than this goddamn OBS, sorry. I think I will deploy the Flampanzer. Yeah, Flampanzer 2. Yeah, we'll go for that. Right. I can't attack deliberately. I don't know. Those odds don't look too... They don't look fantastic. I don't think I'll be able to launch a hasty with that. I'm going to have to go ahead and send them. I think it's worthwhile to be sure. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to be sure. Yeah, there we go. Force them to retreat there. Now that does give me some room to play with here. Now, the actual city itself, really nothing there. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is it. Obviously, that was going to happen, but it's always best to be sure. I think the only thing worse than a defeat is a victory that you could have won, if only you'd actually committed. I think you got to commit. You got to turn those panzer hands into diamond hands. I was trying to think. Okay, I can make panzer. I can replace paper with panzer, but how can I replace diamonds? Turn those panzer hands into Deutsch hands. I don't know, something like that. Close enough. Oh, I don't know how the hell to invest. I don't have the money to invest, but I'm there. I'm there with you apes. Okay. Panzer hands. That's it. Panzer hands. Oh, that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh. Okay, we'll go for that. Right. Okay. I can manage this. I do have some room to play with here. Quite happy about that. Not as much as I would prefer, but enough. Ish. Right. I am going to go ahead and occupy the city. Oh, there's a depot there. Oh, okay. I was like, ooh, maybe we might have actually discovered something additional now. Okay. Now, we will have additional panzer forces driven up here, but we are going to have to do that next time. But unfortunately, yeah, let me go ahead and double check that I'm not going over time. I think I might be. Oh no, 2 hours. Nice. I have till 6:30. Oh hell yeah! I thought I only had an hour and a half. Nice. Okay, cool. There we go. So we do have 2 hours. I thought it was only an hour and a half. Fantastic. So we have another half an hour here. Excellent day. Excellent day. Sanju. Is it Sanjupun? Sanjupun. It's either Sanjupun or Sanjufun. I think it's Sanjufun. Okay. Well, cool. I'm actually quite happy. That's nice. Right, so I do have these panzers over here. I do have the infantry that I can shift with as well, which is obviously a good thing here. Let's see. I do have my good old cavalry, which is always fantastic. That does actually go quite a long way there. Yeah, ends up talk for those 30 minutes. I know, right? You know me too well. I'm so proud about making it funny. Okay, we'll go ahead and get the infantry moving up here. I need to rationalize where these corps actually are as well. Try to... I need to obviously like have 5 divisions to a corps and just maintain that. Sometimes it gets a little bit confused, but I'm going to be using the administration points mostly for that, more than anything else. I'm in fact going to have them head back there. In fact, actually no, just move 1 hex. Okay. Do I go this way? It might be worthwhile to go that way, but genuinely I'm not gaining anything there. So where did they draw supply from? So they drew supply from this way. Yeah, they drew it from this end, from this part of East Prussia. They drew from some considerable distance there, actually. Großdeutschland needs to be reassigned. I might want to look towards actually flying into supply in this area. Now, this is obviously really going deep, but I think it's worthwhile, perhaps. We will have the actual 2nd Panzer Division be able to move up some distance here. Not all of them, but enough just to make sure that it's actually worthwhile. I'd say potentially move out towards Mogilev might be worthwhile, but what do I gain from that? It depends on what our approach is going to be towards Moscow. I may actually want to go for that, because we do see all the terrible woods over here. We do have more clear terrain down here. Still swamp though. Nah, it's not good. Not good. There's not... The best place to approach Moscow from is the south, obviously due to the fact that you have the clear terrain here. But we have to follow the roads. We do have more good roads over here though. That's actually pretty good to know. Okay, so just down here. But that's actually fairly attractive. I don't really gain anything because, well, it's good to have the roads there. But I need to actually get the trucks over here. And rail's far better. That's a very important rail line there. Borodina. Aye, we're not too far. Moscow is within sight, but yeah, it's going to take some time to get to that point there. I do have a considerable amount of panzers here. I may even yet have panzers to, well, send down this way. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, I can break up cavalry. Okay. You know, I broke them up and I realised I actually want to have them. Let's see here. Is it worthwhile to take this road over here? It might be worthwhile. Oh, the second stream, I need to, if you're talking about the other one. Whoops. Gosh, I keep my printer. I do need to get them uploaded. Oh, you can actually backrope to a degree. You can't see it when you zoom out, but you can actually see it. It's actually really cool. But if I go ahead and take a look over here then, so you can see the actual historical capture dates. So, Smolensk was actually historically captured in July there. That's pretty cool. You can see there, July. So I think we're doing pretty good. So June, I mean, we're a little bit ahead of schedule here. Not tremendously ahead of schedule, but ahead of schedule, which is good. Moscow, December there. You can see the furthest extent there, November 27th, retaken there by the Soviets on November 29th. Important rail line, never taken. Heavy fights in this area. So how are we doing over here then? July 10th, so we're ahead of schedule here as well, which is excellent. I mean, obviously we have been pushing very, very hard. But we've been pushing very focused, and we've not had to deal with resistance. Obviously we do have the ability to see beyond the horizon, which helps out. Okay. Right, so we'll sort out movements over here in the north then. See, I could have the 10th Motorized Division potentially push up this way. It's probably worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile. As much as I hate it, it is definitely worthwhile to take Mogilev. I mean, if for anything, yeah, if for any reason it is worthwhile to expand this and make it more secure, really. Okay. We do capture a depot there. That could be quite nice. Okay. I do like how you can actually see the iconography here in the background, the actual coat of arms. I think it'd be coat of arms? I guess it would be. Before I do forget, I'm gonna have a security force formed up on them. Okay. Now, these panzers are going to head for Minsk. That's going to be the idea there. I do have these panzers. Okay. I was just contemplating whether it'd be worthwhile to have the 3rd Panzer Division sent to this area. How do you guys feel about it? Should we push towards Mogilev and secure Mogilev at the expense of giving the Panzers the time to rest? I think we're trying to go for like a 1-2 punch system more than anything. Take it, you think? Yeah. I guess it's worthwhile because we do gain another, yeah, as you say, another crossing. It does also help to secure our position. We've gained Vitebsk. I was going to say should help with supply. More than likely, I guess. I don't know, depends. Hopefully we could find something in the city that'd be worthwhile. I think what I'll do then is have the 4th Panzer Division concerned with a hold of this road then. Then I'll have the 3rd Panzer tasked over this way. Well. That's awkward. All that way we can't attack there. That's okay. I do want to make sure I don't get cut off there. That didn't go quite as anticipated, but okay. No, sir. That did not go as anticipated. Just for security, that I cannot afford to have that driven off. Okay. Right, let's see then. We'll tackle the south now. So let's take a look then. How do we want to go about this? So we have clear terrain here. More down here to the south. I love that road over here. Now, for over this way, depends on what we have here. They could push there. They can push enough to break through. As hoped, Lvov, or Lvov, however you want to pronounce it, has been abandoned. So we do have a brigade that we can push up over here, which is useful. Right. I do have a security brigade up here, but I'm not going to push it unnecessarily. I'd prefer to have it... I don't want to move across the mountains over here without a real reason to do so. Okay, we do capture depot. So Viking forces are not yet active. As for fatigue, I'm not too sure here. I think we burnt off... I guess it depends on how far they go and where they are, and how much supply reaches them. So it's an interesting question to ask. I just don't think I can answer it really quite yet. Okay. So do gain Livo. What do we gain from that? Nothing. Not surprising, they probably did move out there. I will have that rail yard. I need to go ahead and double check the rails. Really all the actual all the potential positions that we're going to be crossing through, so towns and etc. And make sure those rail lines are repaired. We want to try and ensure as much freight is able to cross as possible. That's the dream. Okay. All I need to do down here is actually just contain them. I don't need to cross over here. That initial starting position does not help much, but it's okay. Okay. 101st. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. What I'm going to want to do here then is figure out where we dig through. I'm not too sure what we're dealing with here. As far as I can tell, we're dealing with NKVD, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. What we need to do is actually see what our next move is, because if we take a look over here, the roads peter out, which is not exactly great. We are very much reliant upon rail lines down here. So I think what we do is we essentially follow the roads. What we could potentially do is swing to the north over here. I do need to pocket them, so I will drive through to pocket them. I could do that in a shallow move, perhaps. But it depends. What I'm kind of thinking of doing here is having the infantry actually move to be in a position, obviously, to secure this area. But I need to have the archer armies in position so I can actually go ahead and push it in force. But I want to try and narrow this point over here. We could move through here, follow the road. That might be a good way to go about things. This over here would be nice, but as you can see, well, actually, no, there's no road there. It's the rail line. So I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to focus on this road. Now, that road leads up over here to Venezia, which is not fantastic, but the roads aren't fantastic really either. The roads do lead towards Kiev. And I guess that's where we're going to be heading, really. The only other roads are to the south towards Odessa. Yeah, well... I suppose the issue for them is obviously the forces over here have quite a long way to go and they're trying not to have a disorganized retreat. There's a good part of me that just wants to completely bypass them and just surround them as deep as we can and try to get as much in that pocket as we can. Obviously there's not much over here in the Carpathians to hold that. I do have some Hungarian forces over here and they can definitely hold in the mountains. From the manual, the southern front collapses around turn 4, so there's... Oh, is that how it works? That's interesting. So there's less need for the mass encirclement. So what happens in the actual collapse? I've not read that section, because that's actually sounding very good right now. That gives me more of an incentive to actually go ahead and ignore them for the most part then, as best as able. That's good to know. Okay. Okay. Right, so 33, 33. Okay, so that's going to be sufficient here. I think it happens organically, not by event. Ah, okay. Right, okay. I get you. I thought it was like some sort of actual amazing event then. I was like, ooh, that'd be great. Okay, so I've got the army deployed over here. Their job is going to be just to hold that and just to apply enough pressure. We are going to use the remaining forces over here just to keep a decent grip. But I'm not going to push them here. I'm going to go ahead and go for that encirclement. There are lighter forces on the border over here. We just need to figure out where we're going to push through. That's actually very interesting that they pushed off that border. That's a good position there. We do have the road there to work with. The Romanians, they could potentially manage that. That'd be very good. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We've only got a couple minutes here. Let's try and get our asses into gear. I do have additional forces over here that we're going to be able to push on through, but we'll see. So, it's a tough one here, because I need to go by the roads as much as I can. I am trying to spare the infantry as much fatigue as I can. We'll sort these calls out next time. What I'll do is I'll take the infantry here and have them actually face to, turn to face this area. What I may, we'll see, we'll see. I'll maintain that infantry position because I can't move it in a position to help the panzers here. So it doesn't make much of a difference. So I do have the additional panzers over here, so I'm going to go ahead and have this corps shifted to 1st Panzer Group. Right, have you actually attached this Panzer Corps? There we are. Okay. Now, how do we want to go about this? Do I attack here? Yes, I can attack and gain Venezia. There's Yaroslav. No, it's not Yaroslav, actually, that's further north there. I'm not particularly interested in encountering all that resistance. It may be worthwhile to go up to this point here and then cross over. And try and go and cut through here. If I could try and take the path of least resistance and get around them, I can work with that. We'll see. I do have the, I'm not going to try to pronunciate. But I have them. Right, we do have that division there. I think I'm going to go north and we'll see how it goes, perhaps. Obviously, this is not worth fighting for. I have to cross the river. So we'll see. Right, so do see a cavalry there. I could move across the river here and attack that unit to push it out of the way. It's a tough one. Oh yeah, but it can handle an NKVD. I'm going to have to kick that unit out of the way. Or do we? I think I'll follow the road, actually. Yeah, we'll follow that road. Right, let's see. What are we looking at here? NKVD, rifle, cavalry. Right, okay. We'll use them together. It's overkill, but I want to be sure. Right, okay. But that does work out for the best, really. Okay, so that leaves us now with a decision. I do have the roads over here, but I only need that road. But I'm taking that. I guess it's worthwhile doing, because I can follow the road over here and keep... Yeah, I guess we'll head towards Kiev. I will push towards a breakthrough here, but I believe that we can manage it. I think I'll use these divisions that have not yet been deployed to push on this area here to gain some distance. Then I'll probably have the panzers over here actually used to secure the front. Tough decision, though. Tough decision. Okay. I think I will secure this area. What do we see here then? So, that's nothing. That's something. Right. Right, the mechanizer's routed, that's good. Okay. So that's all I can manage there with the panzers. Unless I do send additional panzers like this. I'm not too sure, but I think we do want to look towards breaking through this area here, but I'm not... I think what I would do then is... we can't do it this time. But what we'll do then next time is we'll go ahead and actually take a look at the actual units down here. And see what we can do with the infantry to drive on through here. And then see what we can do with the panzers and finish it off. I should have enough power to actually go ahead and solidify this as a pocket, or at least make it very difficult for them to escape. But unfortunately, we really have run out of time now, so thank you very much for watching. So, arigato gozaimasu. It's been great to have you, and I shall see you next time. In fact, no, I see you tomorrow, so Matakin Yobi. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Matakin Yobi, sayonara, and then eventually... Matarashita, because I'll be seeing you the week after, I think, as well, perhaps. But we'll see. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much for delivering. Hopefully I'm not holding anybody up, but it's my time. If you guys would like to see more of my content, you can probably find me on YouTube, occasionally, probably on Twitch. We turn in Japanese, really think. So, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for delivering. See you next time, guys.